Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Grant County man who shot and killed a co-worker and then tried to kill another in 2015 has failed to overturn his conviction on the basis of insanity. Good news tonight. Treatment for those pesky mosquitoes is on the way this week. A wind advisory remains in place until 11 p.m. tonight with more wind and much cooler temperatures tomorrow. Fire agencies this afternoon were battling a Chelan County brush fire that erupted on the hillside north of Wells Dam and forced closure of Highway 97. The fire was reported about 1:30 p.m. near milepost 246, burning on both sides of the highway on the west bank of the Columbia River. The fire location is about a mile south of the Chelan County boundary with Okanagan County. By 2 p.m. it had gone to 2 alarms, and the Chelan County Sheriff's Office ordered a closure of Highway 97 at its junction with Apple Acres Road. There was no early estimate on the size of the fire, which was moving uphill in strong winds. 5 people were hospitalized following a 4-car accident yesterday afternoon, 14 miles north of the Blewett Pass summit. The Washington State Patrol says 19-year-old Dominic A. Henley of Wenatchee was driving a 2008 Subaru northbound when he fell asleep at the wheel and crossed the center line. The Subaru struck the side of a southbound 2020 Toyota 4Runner before colliding head-on with the southbound 2015 Hyundai Santa Fe. The 4Runner was then struck by a northbound 2017 Nissan Rogue. The 4 occupants of the Nissan were transported to Central Washington Hospital with undisclosed injuries. Meanwhile, the driver of the Hyundai was treated at the scene and Henley was taken to Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth. Blewett Pass was fully blocked for over an hour and all 4 vehicles were totaled. The body of a Grant County man was recovered yesterday from potholes Reservoir south of Moses Lake. The Grant County Sheriff's Office identified the man as 83-year-old Michael J. Walsh of Marine View Heights, an unincorporated area just south of Potholes State Park. Rescuers were alerted about 11:20 a.m. yesterday when someone spotted Walsh's body near a public boat launch on the south end of the reservoir. The victim's fishing boat was in the water nearby and his vehicle and trailer were parked on the boat ramp. Authorities say foul play is not suspected. A Grant County man who shot and killed a co-worker and then tried to kill another in 2015 has failed to overturn his conviction on the basis of insanity. 38-year-old Eduardo Ibarra Valencia opened fire at his workplace, Callahan Manufacturing, killing Joel Rodriguez. Psychologists said Ibarra suffered from paranoia and a delusional disorder, but Grant County Judge Tyson Hill ruled that Ibarra was able to tell right from wrong at the time of the shooting and sentenced him to 45 years. Today, the Washington Court of Appeals upheld Tyson's ruling and said that sentence will stand. Ibarra remains imprisoned at Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla. The Palisades School District placed an enrichment levy on a ballot last year without first obtaining required approval of the Office of Superintendent, the Washington State Auditor's Office says. A levy on the February 8, 2022 ballot was placed by the district in Douglas County, requesting $126,891 to pay the expenses of educational programs and operations. The district said that due to transitions in business manager and superintendent personnel and lack of communication regarding the responsibility, the enrichment levy pre-ballot approval form was not submitted prior to the levy. Upon realizing the error, the district submitted the form for approval on November 29, 2022, and will take corrective actions to create a levy checklist for the superintendent to ensure the business manager has submitted the enrichment levy pre-ballot approval form prior to the levy being voted on. District did obtain the retroactive approval of OSPI for the levy last November, and revenue is being spent for allowable enrichment activities. When we come back, the Wenatchee Police Department has won Reaccreditation with the agency that oversees police standards in the state. Treatment for those pesky mosquitoes is on the way this week. Relay for Life is back at Eastmont Stadium this week. And the Washington Apple Education Foundation has announced the winner of the year in the Apple Art Contest. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Castle Rock International is the Northwest premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, and other distinctive commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, Castle Rock International has the listings and the buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today, or visit their website for more information on this award-winning company.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
The Wenatchee Police Department has won Reaccreditation with the agency that oversees police standards in the state. Last week, the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs certified the department as meeting all its professional standards for law enforcement. The process involves a top-to-bottom audit by WASPC of the department codes, policies, and practices. Reaccreditation takes place every 4 years. The Wenatchee Police Department last passed muster in 2019 and will be up for reconsideration again in 2027. Treatment for those pesky mosquitoes is on the way this week. Chelan PUD crews will be applying pellets and larvicide to control mosquitoes in and around ponds at Confluence State Park and Horan Natural Area. PUD said they wait to treat the area until the spring runoff recedes or the high water flows would sweep the pellets away and make the treatment ineffective. The treatment will begin at 8 a.m. on Friday, and the pellets are safe for both humans and animals. Chelan PUD is encouraging park visitors to take precautions to prevent mosquito bites or look into other recreation options until conditions improve. Relay for Life is back at Eastmont Stadium this week. The event is a walking fundraiser for the American Cancer Society that honors and remembers loved ones who have been affected by cancer. The event will kick off with a lap by cancer survivors after the opening ceremony, and after sundown, relayers will remember those who they lost in a luminaria ceremony. So far, the Chelan Douglas Relay has raised over $23,000 of their $35,000 goal. The relay will be held from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday, June 16th, and you can still sign up to join or donate on the Relay for Life website. The Washington Apple Education Foundation has announced the winner of the year of the Apple Art Contest. Michaela Smith, a junior at Kashmir High School, was awarded $1,000 for her Apples at Sunset watercolor painting. Her artwork will be published on the 2023 Cortiva Agri-Science calendar poster, which will be distributed to industry members throughout Central Washington. 44 pieces of art were submitted this year from high school students from 13 different schools. Entry forms and contest rules for the 2024 contest will be available on December 1st. Coming up next, Link Transit, the public transportation service for the Wenatchee Valley, is closing in on its goal of filling more than 20 open slots for drivers. We'll tell you more in tonight's feature story. Still windy and much cooler tomorrow before we see some nicer weather by the end of the week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I'd know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
I had had a seizure in the middle of the night, and they rushed me to the hospital and decided to induce labor to try to get the baby out. The outpouring of love and support I got from Confluence Health. My coworkers coming to the ICU to be with me. For me, it's the work family. It's just incredible to have support no matter what I'm going through in my personal life, my own health.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat, poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Link Transit, the public transportation service for the Wenatchee Valley, is closing in on its goal of filling more than 20 open slots for drivers. The bus service has had to curtail some route expansions because of the lack of coach operators. In tonight's feature story, Agency Director Richard DeRock told the Chelan County Board of Commissioners on Monday that with recruitment and training, that shortfall may be coming to an end.
155 employees. This says 18 short. It's varied quite a bit. At one point it was 26 short. It's actually about 10 short right now. We actually had the largest class we've ever had. So we have 12 people in training. We actually hired 17. 5 of them are going to start in the next class because they couldn't get it done. So they'll start in August. And then we have 3 more that we've already offered positions to for that second class. So if the pattern holds we're seeing right now, we might get ourselves to full authorized staffing by October. So we have the recruiting process, which takes a while, but there's a video test, which everyone has to come in, and that's testing personality profile, looking for people who can provide exceptional guest services and are going to like people. It's sort of fundamental piece of that, and judgment. So it has sort of a test for judgment, and about 50% of the people that apply will pass that test with flying colors. About 2/3 can pass it at a minimal level. And when we were really tight on hiring, we were hiring at the 2/3 level. This class, we've actually got able to go back to weeding out half of the people who applied. So they start training. Training is about 11 weeks currently. It can stretch as far as 13, depends on the availability of third-party testers. And the state has very few third-party testers in North Central Washington. And we are just gotten certified to have our own third-party tester. That's a pretty big cost for us because that person cannot do any of the training. Their job is they can only test. And so it's something we hadn't done for a long time, but it's gotten to the point where sometimes it was taking us 3 months to get someone tested for a license, and you have to keep them, you have to pay them. And so it's disaster on the backside. Licensing has become a really big problem operationally, and that's part of the issue.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Tuesday was a good one. Boy, it was a windy one out there all across the area. Beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi tower camera. And it's a wide shot, but yet you can still see the camera moving and shaking around. And we still have a wind advisory. That will stay in place until 11 o'clock tonight. And you can see the area outlined in purple here. And that includes Moses Lake, Wenatchee, up around the Waterville, Mansfield area. Strong winds still expected this evening. Possible gusts up to 50 miles an hour. So boy, that's not helping that fire situation over at Wells Dam. And taking a look at our high today, 88 degrees. So it was another warm one, 11 degrees above where we should be for this time of year at 77. Our record set in 2019 where it was 95 degrees. Look at that low this morning. That's one of the warmest June 13th low temperatures we have ever recorded at 70 degrees. 54 is normal. And our record cold set back in 1991 at 43 degrees. Sunrise 5:04 and the sun sets just before 9 o'clock now at 8:59. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect in our Wednesday weather. Not really going to shake the wind for Wednesday. One thing that we will shake, those warm temperatures. Look at the cool down tomorrow. 75s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 74 in Quincy, and 73 the high temperature in Wenatchee, 71 for Leavenworth, and 73 as well for Lake Chelan. So we are cooling down at least 15 degrees tomorrow with some breezy conditions. We'll get to that in a second. All right, tonight mostly clear skies. Low pressure to our northeast, a big high pressure in the Pacific, and that's kicking up all that wind in north central and eastern Washington. It will continue tonight. Low temperatures in the upper 50s, so we're going to cool down about 10 degrees overnight tonight. For Wednesday, mostly sunny, still windy right through central Washington. We're talking winds not quite as strong as today, but they'll still be out there. High temperatures in the low 70s for most of us on Wednesday. Getting you into Thursday, sunny skies. It will get a little bit better. Less wind for Thursday. Will also warm up with high temperatures near about 80 degrees, which is just slightly above where we should be for this time of year. To end the week on Friday, looks very nice. Partly cloudy skies, a little bit warmer, not much wind for Friday. We're talking high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. So once again, back above normal. Not going to last long though. Saturday, mostly sunny. We will see a very strong northwesterly flow. We're going to see windy conditions again on Saturday. It will cool down into the mid 70s for high temperatures. And then for Father's Day, as we get you into Sunday, mostly sunny and cooler, maybe just a breeze or two, but look at the high temperatures, only in the upper 60s for Father's Day. Yeah, that's below normal, almost 8 degrees. And as we get you to Monday, not much change at the end of our forecast either, except we'll see some more clouds as once again that strong northwesterly flow brings those clouds our way. Also some showers all over western Washington. Some of that could spill over into our area, excuse me, and will stay cool. Monday's highs in the upper 60s. Excuse me. All right, 7-day forecast now. 57 tonight, windy, and 73 tomorrow. 80 for Thursday, 84 on Friday, and then that big cool down for Father's Day, 69, and Monday, mostly cloudy with showers, and 68. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
Way swung on a fly ball.
Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us Friday, June 16th as the Apple Sox host the Kelowna Falcons. Coverage brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Merry Maids, Mini Blinds, and more. Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. Your television home for Apple Sox baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.
Celebrate the class of 2023 with the NCWLIFE channel. Join us Wednesday, June 14th for Westside High School's commencement exercises live from Westside High at 7 p.m. Coverage is brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Merry Maids, and Mini Blinds and more. Celebrate the class of 2023 with the NCWLIFE channel.
The Mariners got great pitching and 3 big home runs in an 8-1 win over Miami Monday at T-Mobile Park. Bryce Miller and 2 relievers combined to allow just 1 hit by the Marlins, a solo home run in the 5th inning. Meanwhile, Seattle's bats came alive early as the Mariners staked a 6-0 lead after just 2 innings.
Road trip, OPS, line drive, left field, that's going to get down. 1-0 Mariners. Tail digging for 2. And he's going to get there easily, standing up. 1-0 Mariners here in the first inning. Tail, stay high. 1-2 pitch. That's drilled, but right at the left fielder. So he dropped it. Dela Cruz dropped it. Tail scores, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Right at him. E7 all the way. The other way. Sinking liner, base hit, run scored, 3-0 Mariners. Julio with another RBI, his 37th. Smurf scores. Crawford to second. Tie, high drive, deep left field. That baby's gone. Home run, Ty France. 3-run homer. And the Mariners have a 6-0 lead. Ty France doing Ty France thing. 6th home run. Takes his RBI total to 31. Little doubt. And then the sound, the look, and the carry is a thing of beauty.
2-1. Nick Fortes, fly ball deep left field. That is gone in the Marlins' first hit. Also drives home their first run.
6-1 lead. Gino. High fly ball. Pretty good carry. Right center field. And there it goes. 5 rows deep. Gino with a home run. His second hit tonight. Home run number 7. RBI number 38. And the Mariners have a 7-1 lead. We've seen Gino go up a lot last year. And hopefully this is the time we can circle on the calendar that he got hot for Seattle. That was some big time carry going the other way.
Murphy, what a thrill for that kid. Here's a swing and a drive, deep center field. Davis racing back, and this one is gone. Goodbye baseball. Out to the batter's eye, Tom Murphy with his 2nd home run of the season, just to the right of the 401 marker. For the Mariners, their 3rd home run of the night. And it's now the Mariners 8 and the Marlins 1. What a way to come back home before the crowd here at T-Mobile Park.
3. Count even at 2-2 with 2 outs. They get him! And the Mariners win it.
Was happy to see the bounce back by rookie Bryce Miller and to be able to get the Major League debut for Ty Adcock.
Really good bounce back outing from Bryce Miller. It starts with the guy on the mound, and he struggled a little bit last couple times out. And even tonight, early in the game, the command wasn't that great, but he found a way to get through it, and thought he threw the ball really well. Got a breaking ball going. Obviously located the fastball there. He, like I said, in the 2nd inning, fortunate to get the double play ball to kind of help move it along. But really nice bounce back outing from him, and that's going to happen with young pitchers. You know, you got to stay patient with him. He's continuing to learn and get better. So nice outing for him tonight. Ty Adcock got delayed on his flight, walked in the clubhouse about 4:30, stopped in my office, and you're in the game. I said, you're probably going to pitch tonight. Don't know what the spot's going to be, but he did a nice job. Threw the ball over the plate. You know, fortunate to hit some balls hard or at some people, but we'll take it. We've been on the other side of that too, and they don't hit them so hard and not at us. So nice job there. Obviously, offensively, did a lot of good things early against Luzardo. Thought we had a really good plan. We executed it offensively. You know, trying to get on him, and understanding he's got really good stuff. A good fastball. His slider can wipe you out at times, but he made a few mistakes, and we jumped on it. So nice night. Obviously, it's warmer, and we saw tonight the ball carries in this ballpark, and I think Gino's hit that ball a few times, and it doesn't go out. Murph, normally in April and May, that ball doesn't go out, but it does, and it just changes, your whole attitude, perspective on things. But really good at bats tonight, and credit to the guys. We had a really good plan, and they stuck to it and got some results. So
Bryce Miller, by the way, is the first pitcher since at least 1901 to go 6+ innings and allow 2 hits or fewer in at least 4 of his first 10 career appearances. Yesterday, by the way, only his 8th appearance of his career. The two teams play again tonight at 6:40. George Kirby on the mound. You can watch the game on Root Sports Northwest. Well, Shohei Ohtani hit 2 home runs, including a 2-run bomb in the top of the 12th to lead the Angels over the Rangers 9-6 last night. Shea Langelier's 3-run double highlighted a 4-run 5th inning as Oakland won its 6th straight, downing Tampa Bay 4-3. Rangers' lead in the American League West is 4.5 games in front of the idle Houston Astros. Los Angeles is just a game behind Houston, and the Mariners are 9 games out. The Apple Sox ride a 3-game winning streak heading into Springfield, Oregon today to begin a series with the Drifters. Of course, it was Springfield that took 2 of 3 from Wenatchee in the home opener last week. Both teams come into tonight's contest with 7-2 records. That's good enough for second in the West Coast League's North Division for the Apple Sox. Behind Victoria, the Drifters lead the South. Now, broadcast voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman, says Wenatchee can certainly clean things up as they hit the road for 3 games in Oregon.
There was a lot to tidy up from the Springfield game. I think some of that, it's something we alluded to before, is that there's certain players who start the season on your team who aren't there after those opening 9 games or so, and you kind of bring in more of the Division I players and more of the full season players. So I think the 10-day contracts did a great job. There's a reason why the Apple Sox are 7-2, but now you move on to more of the guys who are probably going to be more permanent fixtures, and you kind of build that foundation, and where the communication is going to be a little bit more in-depth, I think, from everyone defensively, whether it's, we talked about the pitching and catching as well, but I think we're starting to see this team really come together at the right time, and this is one of the goals that we talked about for the team. Mitch has been saying it since day one. Let's win the first half in 2023 and then go from there. You can control your path early on, and in this league, year to year, the league championship usually favors the teams who win the first half, and if we want to be in that conversation, we need to be capturing that title.
Pitching coach Mike Callia comes out of successful programs in Lower Columbia and Western Nebraska and knows what he wants in a pitcher with the Apple Sox.
100% strikes is a big thing. That's the most important pitch in the game, right? It's throwing strikes. But, for me, I want to see somebody who's going to compete out on the mound, okay? Somebody who wants the baseball, whether we're up 10, down 10, or if it's tie ball game, right? So the competitive factor is huge for me. If you compete and throw strikes, we probably want you on the Apple Sox.
First pitch at 6:35 tonight at the Hamlin Sports Complex in Springfield, which is just west of Eugene in the Beaver State. You can hear the action locally with Joel Norman on Sunny FM radio. In West Coast League play Monday, Victoria brought 10 men to the plate in a 6-run first inning, taking advantage of 6 Port Angeles errors in the frame. Went on for a 12-7 win. Kyle Hepburn was 2 for 2 at the plate for the Harbor Cats with 2 runs and 2 RBI, including a solo home run. Non-league action last night, Redmond scored 3 in the first and added on from there in a 6-4 win over Yakima Valley. Walla Walla's Vincente Feliciano and Peyton Knowles each had 2-run triples and a 7-run fifth for the Sweets and a 9-3 win over the Cascade Collegiate Showcase team. Now, Wenatchee trails Bellingham by a game in the WCL's North Division. Victoria is in third at 7-3. Kelowna 2 games back at 6-3. Nanaimo is 3-6, 5 games out of first place. That's a look at sports news. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@NCWLIFE.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.